Hey everybody, John here from incomemesh.com, and in today's video I want to go ahead and explore the brand new update to the Divi builder that Divi has just released earlier today. So what I did to kind of make this an apples to apples comparison of the old builder versus the new builder is I installed two brand new websites. I've got Divi old and I've got Divi new. And what we're going to do is just kind of do some comparisons of importing in one of their pre-built web pages for each one of the old and new builders, and then playing around, just seeing how responsive. If you haven't seen the updates, I'll link in the description to the actual announcement from Elegant Themes. But kind of the key highlights is they're bringing the visual builder from the front end back into the back end. And when I was thinking about that, I was like, why would they want to kind of go backwards? Because the classic builder is in the back end of WordPress. And then it dawned on me, okay, this makes a ton of sense, because now you'll be able to edit your page settings. You'll be able to quickly access different items in the sidebar, and you'll have all the benefits of being in the back end of WordPress while still maintaining that visual experience of building your Divi page. So that made a ton of sense. They also have totally changed the technology that's underlaying the builder, and this is kind of what Breezy did when they came out. They're using the React. I'm not entirely sure if it's a platform or technology, but essentially what it does is it gives you kind of pixel perfect view of what you're building, is what it's going to look like on the other end. And with the old Divi builder, if you were to add short codes in, for example, if you added a Bloom opt-in form into your page, sometimes the colors would be off, sometimes things would just look a little bit funny, and you'd have to actually go and preview the web page to see what it would actually look like. And what they're claiming is that is all fixed, and that's in the past, which is a huge update if that's true. So what we're going to do now is we have both of our builders here. I am on my new Divi builder, and I'm going to go here down to the bottom. You see a new and improved Divi builder experience is available. I'm going to switch to the new Divi builder. And let me save draft first. This is the first time I've done this, so let's just see how it goes. Okay. So the build on the front end. So this is kind of confusing. Where it used to say use the visual builder, well, now the visual builder is in the back-end dashboard of WordPress, so they had to rename it. So this button now is build on the front end, but essentially that is the same thing as use the visual builder. So now we're going to come down here to the bottom and switch to the new Divi builder and just see what happens. Okay, so it's going to open up like it would on any other builder where you can choose a pre-made layout. Let's go ahead and pick the same one for both the old and the new site. And we'll pick the agency layout, and we'll pick the landing page for that one. We'll use it. Okay, so by default, this opens up with the block layout where you can see kind of the old way. What they had mentioned, though, was that things are just much snappier and faster. So as I move around, you can see there's no lag between when I'm dragging something and moving it around. So now let's go ahead and do everything side by side. Let me go back to my old site and bring in the same exact page. So I'll do my visual builder. And again, it gives me my options. I'll browse the layouts and pull in the exact same page. This was the landing page for the agency, and let's use this layout. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so we're authenticated and we're importing this in the old visual builder. Okay, so here is the front end of Divi building, and here is the back end. Now what I want to do is, let's try to make this show as the visual builder. That is so cool. I'm going to go ahead and hide my face here so you can kind of get the entire experience. So what happens here now is you've got the standard editor build on the front end, which is the visual builder. But here you've got these different toggles where you can do your responsive view, mobile, tablet, but you've also got the block view. And so you can kind of seamlessly go back into the back end, so you can really flip around nicely. Let's go here to the old site. And you've got a similar experience. I'm not going to say like it's groundbreaking. You can do the same thing here and switch to the block view, but you have no access to the page settings, the sidebar settings, anything like that. And it looks like with this builder, you do, which is pretty cool. So now let's do the same test. I'm going to duplicate a section, go back to the old one and duplicate the section. And you'll notice like it wasn't that big of a deal, but there is definitely more lag on the old one than there was on the new one. Now let's move it over to the other column. Okay, so maybe about a full second to wait there. Move this guy, instant, drag and drop. Let's duplicate an entire section here. Let's take this services and duplicate. And there it is. Let's go to the old section and duplicate the services. And my screen lagged a little bit while I was doing that, but still not that big of a deal. No problem there. Let's switch back over to the visual builder on each side. This is pretty cool. So you can see they're really maximizing the screen space they give you by making all the sidebar items small, but they're still there. So I'm kind of just looking around at the different features here. You've still got the same drag and drop moving items around. Let's see how quickly it is to move modules around on the visual builder. So let's move that text. Let's go down here, move this text. Okay. Can't really tell a big difference in speed, but that's, it still is working really well regardless. So let's go over here. Now this is something that I'm excited to see. So one of the new features is instead of making you tab around very much, they're allowing you to kind of pick and choose how you want to do it. So here you notice when I dragged the bottom right corner far over, you've got now the content, design, and advanced tabs all expanded at once, which is pretty nice. I don't know if I'd really use this. Let me go and just search for padding. So you can see if you're searching through, which is how I do almost all of my editing in Divi, as I search for what I want. So margins, and it'll pull up your margins. Color. Very cool. So it's going to actually, if the item shows up in the content column, it's going to show up here in the left-hand column. If the item would show up in the design column, it's going to show up there. So it kind of tries its best to stay intuitive for you as you're kind of working through. So let's go back into the old version and just do the same thing. So here, if I drag and move this guy over, okay. So it's still doing it as well. Didn't know it did that. And if I search for options, color again. Okay, so the same functionality exists there on either builder, which is great. So one thing I want to test, this kind of bothered me about Divi for a while, is icons just are not that user-friendly, in my opinion. You can't really search for icons. Sometimes I can't even get my scroll wheel to work when I'm trying to find the right icon. So let's see if this latest update has done anything to address that. I'll go into images and icon, and yes, I want to use it. Well, the scrolling is working, but it doesn't look like they've added any additional icons, and it also doesn't give you the ability to search for them. So no change there. So that's something that I would still definitely like to see. I think that Thrive Architect has done a great job of allowing you to import your own icons as well as have them filterable. And I also think that Breezy does a better job as well, because theirs are searchable and they have like 4,000 icons that are actually categorized. So if you want to find an icon of an animal, but you don't know what animal yet because you're just looking for inspiration, you can go into the animals section and just kind of scroll around and have a great time. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. The last thing I want to test here is something that's kind of irked me, is that the copy and paste styles feature within Divi, it seems that it did not always do the hover action. So if you created some changes on the hover action on a specific blurb or module, it wouldn't capture that and switch that over as well when you're doing a copy and paste. So let's do a quick little change here where we'll change the icon color when you hover on it. So we'll go to design, image and icon, and we'll hover here and select this hover icon and move over to hover. And so this purple icon, I want it to turn orange when you're hovering on it. Okay, looks good. So that's the effect I want. Let's just make sure that it works. Okay, so we can't see that here. We'd have to actually go out to the outside builder. So let's copy module styles and paste module styles here. And now let's view the page. Save and exit. So now as I scroll down, here we go. Okay, that one's working, and that one's working as well. Okay, so now let me verify that I'm not telling you anything crazy and do the same thing on the old version and see if it's still working as expected. So here we are on the second one of these. Go in and search for color. Icon color, on hover, move it to orange. Say okay. Okay, that looked good. And now let's copy module styles, paste module styles, and here it's called Exit Visual Builder. So they've changed the buttons a little bit, their labels. Okay, so the page is rendered. It's a little bit faster, I think, on the new Divi Builder. The way the promo made it sound, was it going to be something like incredibly fast or incredibly different? I can barely tell the difference, but these are also brand new websites, so there's no bloat on them at all. Okay, so that's the hover item I want. And okay, so it looks like it's working on both sides. So pretty cool, pretty cool. So to wrap up, new changes are coming to all the page builders. Breezy was just announced that they're going to integrate in with Astra and give you importable Breezy built pages with the Astra theme for free. Divi has just announced brand new functionality with their new Divi layout and new Divi builder. So it's an exciting time. If you're looking for the right page builder for your project, the recommendation I have for you is you can't really go wrong with any of them. Divi has that great lifetime deal. Breezy also currently has a lifetime deal, which is about the same price as Divi's. And Elementor, Thrive, they're all excellent page builders. I'm still kind of forming my full opinion of them. So stay tuned. And if you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe it, and share it with your friends. Talk to you guys next time.